Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow vault dwellers. My name is Josh, and you're back on another episode of Dead Man Streaming for Fallout 76. And for this week's weekly challenges for the week of July 15th through July 22nd. And somehow, seriously, how in the, just a week ago, it was 4th of July. What's going on here? Why is time doing this to us? All right. This week's weekly challenges are so simple that it's not even funny. And I'm grateful for it because I got things to do. It's summer. I'm having a blast. Even though I'm over level 100, I'm still doing these because you need to get to level 150 to get all the rewards unlocked because that's the way they do it. Anyways, let's take a look real quick because this is not going to be hard. The daily challenges for today are actually harder than the weekly challenges. So let's give a good quick look over here. Now, as a note, my score is boosted because I am a Fallout First subscriber. I have already hit a level 100, so my final challenge is going to be different from yours if you aren't level 100 already, and I'll have an extra daily challenge that you don't. But let's get on to it. All right, completed Gold Star Daily Challenge. These are over here under daily challenges, and you have to complete 6 daily challenges. You have to do it 3 times in a week before you can get this one. All right, that's simple. All right, then we got catch 21 fish. Okay, not the most complicated thing. Does take a little bit of time. Um, but the rewards are sort of worth it to a degree because even if you are just catching fish and you've already unlocked most of the fishing stuff, you can still turn in fish bits for legendary items when you go all the way down here. Go down here to Fisherman's Rest, turn in the daily, well, do the daily quest because it looks like I forgot to turn in the last one. It's going to tell you to fish 7 fish, turn it in, do it, turn in the quest, then go to the cooking station there, break your fish down into fish bits, and then go over to the giant hermit crab, turn them into her. She will give you legendary items. I mean, it's all about as straightforward gets. Can't believe I forgot to turn it in last time. All right. In addition to that, craft fish bits 35. You will get this while you do this. These two are going to happen at the same time. All right. Collect ballistic ammo. Use a weapon with ballistic ammo and collect the ammo that drops. I'm already at 45 of 60 because I happen to jump a small pack of Mirelurks with the cold shoulder shotgun. I I mean, what can I tell you? Use weapons that use things like shotgun shells, 10 millimeter, 32, whatever. As long as it's not like a fusion cell or a plasma core, it'll count. All right, collecting purified water. There are a number of ways to do this. You can complete events, and you will receive purified water as a reward, usually. Or if you happen to have a water purifier item in your camp, you can collect out of that, it'll count. Or the one that I always use is the vintage water cooler. You can find this plan on rare vendors, player vendors. You can pick it up at a couple of times throughout the year, and there's usually a variant in the atomic shop. Now, one thing to note with the vintage water cooler, it is bugged. Even if you know the plan will still show up in inventories as a unlearned plan. So just be careful if you're looking for the water cooler. But just harvest out of purified water display things for the week and you'll get it. All right, complete an event. Simple as that. Any event, it counts. We already discussed craft fish bits. Craft any chems. Any chems means any chems. So go to your chemistry bench, make 6 stim packs, make 6 glowing stim packs, make 6 things of psychobuff. Make sure you have super duper equipped so you can even make more of them if your luck is good. All right, deal fire damage to enemies. Again, about as simple gets. Myself, I'll be using a Holy Fire Flamer because that is my go-to weapon of choice. But if you don't have that, any basic flamer will do. Or Molotov cocktails. Basically, if it does fire damage, it'll count. Something that's counted from here in the past is the flaming chainsaw mod on the chainsaw weapon. I'm going to have this knocked out the next time I pull out my flamer. Or the cremator, just as a note, if you have that. All right, kill a creature, 13 to 25. This is anything but robots. Um, Sometimes humans count, sometimes they don't. That's weird. But robots absolutely don't count. So just go to events and destroy non-robot things. Okay, scrap headwear. This is the only one of any notable difficulty, and by notable I mean it's really not. You have picked up by this point numerous plans to craft headwear related items. Now, the snag is not every item that you pick up that should be headwear is probably going to be posting as headwear. And it's just one of those little mini confusing things that doesn't need to be confusing. Yes, like rude. So look for things like, what do I have on me? Go under your apparel tab or go to an armor workbench and look for simple things that you can craft, like the Trilby hat or the Thrasher mask. Things you probably have picked up at some point, or a plan that you have picked up. Make it and scrap it, or just look around the world. You can find things like bandanas and eyeglasses and stuff like that all throughout Appalachia. Like the White Spring Golf Club has got a bunch of caps and things that you can scrap. It's not complicated, it's not hard. Go to an armor bench, make it, destroy it. And that's the weekly challenges for the week of July 15th. Daily challenges, as I note, are a little harder. Now, for Fallout first, eat a cobbler, which is not a pie. I'm going to tell you the easiest way to get cobbler. The easiest way, by far and above. You just shuffle on down to Sunrise Field or any of this area down here in the Cranberry Bog. Now, to be fair, this is a higher level area, so if you are a new player, this may not be the easiest thing for you. But look down around here. Sunrise Field is where I go for cranberries. And now, you do want to specify you want cranberries, not diseased cranberries. Go down here to Sunrise Field, kill the Mirelurks, and harvest cranberries. And you just make cranberry cobbler. It gives you an EXP boost, even if you have carnivore mutation. It is a go-to for me for a long time. And do I have any? Yeah. So, 5% bonus EXP for 30 minutes, plus, some mild health regen. You just need a cranberry and some wood and a baking station, and you're done. So that's my go-to for that. All right, buy or sell an item to another player. This can be a little annoying, but just about anything counts. So if you ever get one of these that says, 10 items, you do have to buy 10 individual items. You can't just buy a stack of 10, it doesn't count. Collect caps, go sell stuff to a vendor. Go sell a small stack of grenades, sell a little bit of scrap, go sell some leftover stim packs. All right, we'll skip the next one, but kill a human enemy. All right, so my go-to locations for human enemies are always to first check daily ops on the chance that humans or your target of choice will be in there. And so today's daily ops, which is gonna fade by the time I finish this video, this whole daily will finish by the time this video gets posted. Cultists. So check here first, see if it's super mutants, see if it's whatever, and if it is your human enemy, if it is your enemy of choice, go wipe out the daily op because those are instants and you won't have to worry about fighting other players. Otherwise, if it's by chance not, you are looking for things like Blood Eagle camps, so places like Hunter's Ridge. You are looking for cultist camps, places like Organ Cave, places like Clancy Manor, places like Point Pleasant. I can usually find 10 human enemies at Kanawha County Cemetery. You can also find Blood Eagle camps scattered throughout the rest of the area, like Crimson Prospect. Um, but again, you're usually fighting off other players for some of these, but at least the respawn rates are pretty quick. Another place to go for human enemies would be to go on an expedition. Both Atlantic City and the Pit are absolutely full of human enemies to take out, and you can still get legendary items and stamps and everything else you need from that. Sell wolf ribs to an NPC vendor, shoot wolves, collect their meat, make wolf ribs at a cooking station, and then sell it to an NPC vendor. Really can't do anything worse than that. Now, the problem is finding wolves. And that may be a little more difficult because they are random. Now, largely they spawn up in the forest area. Sometimes you can find them at Aaron Hall Homestead. Sometimes you can find them at Tyler County Fairgrounds. You can always find them in the event Leader of the Pack. Every great once in a while, you can swing down and pick them up at Makeout Point. Um, but if you're having trouble finding them for, oh, you can also find some around Dolly Sod's Wilderness, usually. And it's one of those things where they're in the game. They're common enough to be annoying, but not so common as always reliable. Another good spot to look for them is outside of Hopewell Cave. I've picked up more than a few there. Um, if you can't find them, re-roll it. It's not worth it. All right. Then finally, kill a mutated enemy and complete a mutated public event. Mutated public events are back, which is great. I love them. They will spawn at the top of every hour. They will be a standard public event. Only the creatures will have a mutation on them, like you would expect to see in a daily op. Cool. You get bonus rewards for completing these, including rare plans, special mutated party plaques, and a bunch of other stuff too. And kill a mutated enemy. However, quick note, while you can kill mutated enemies at mutated public events, you can also pick up mutated enemies at daily ops, where all the enemies are always mutated. It sort of goes hand in hand that way. So you can get them in either location. So if you happen to miss, the top of the hour thing and you don't have time to wait, just do a daily op and you'll get your mutated enemies. So that's it for the daily and weekly challenges. Like I said, I'm sorry for being late on this video. Steam was down for me yesterday. I couldn't get on. So, all right, catch fish. Fairly simple. Just do the fishing game. Collect ballistic ammo. Shoot things with ballistic weapons like a 10 millimeter Crusader pistol, uh, rifle, Red Terror, anything that uses gunpowder will count for this, and pick up the contextual ammo. Collect purified water, do events, do daily ops, do just most things, and you get purified water as a reward throughout the week, or go to your camp and, harvest things out of water purifiers. Complete 3 events, any event, it'll count. Craft fish bits. You do this while you're catching fish, so that's easy to go. Craft any chems. Go to a chem station, make some stim packs, make some psycho buff, make some buff out, make some whatever, and you're good. Deal fire damage to enemies. Use a flamer. I always recommend the holy fire, because that's an awesome weapon for heavy gunners, or the cremator, or Molotov cocktails, or whatever, and it should count. Kill 13 creatures. Again, usually humans count. Robots absolutely do not. Go gun ho. Just go nuts. And scrap headwear. Go to an armor workbench. Look for headwear. Not everything in the headwear section counts as headwear. It's weird, so make a couple of things, scrap it. When you find something that counts, make another 15 of them and junk them all. And that's it. Now, if you are under rank 100, you'll be told to gain 10,000 EXP. If you are over rank 100, complete 3 public events. And the public events are the ones that show up with an exclamation point on them, so it's not just 3 random events. It's got to be the events that pop every 20 minutes. All right. That's it. Told you this is going to be an easy week. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Josh. Thank you so very much for tuning in. If you like what I do and you want to join me on PC, I'm under a Karen DaHawk. You can see my name right up here. And you can sometimes find me on Twitch and assorted places on the web, including Amazon, where I write fantasy horror and more. Check out the comments for more information. Ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all again soon.